You can take dog out.
No, you can shut up because we're about, and we're live now. Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody. Amber's arguing with her husband. It's the raw edition of Hash Out Hour. And yay, here we are once again. We haven't done it for a while, so let's get right into it. We have a big announcement. To make up for the lack of 2 episodes. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, and we're frozen. Wow. I was gonna let Jordan take this because I am really not that caught up. There she is.
So, to make up for the fact that we have not been around for a few weeks, we have a lot going on. More episodes coming up. A few special episodes midweeks as we prepare. But Friday night is a very special episode. We're going to get an insight from a mom's point of view as her son is playing the game. We're going to be joined by Gina Parhar at 9:30 p.m. Standard Eastern Time. Sound right?
Yeah. On Friday.
Right. Okay. On Friday. So that should be super exciting. If you guys have any questions for her, go ahead and tweet me. I will filter them at Big Brother's request and we'll answer accordingly.
So be nice, in other words.
Yes. Be nice. And if your questions are against the rules, then I won't ask them. So let's get right into it. It's been quite the week. How did you feel about the fact that Godfrey actually assisted Bruno in that HOH comp?
Well, I mean, I would be fine with me if they allowed that in all the comps, but to pick and choose which comps they're going to allow, somewhere out there, Emmett had smoke just flowing out of his ears. It just, or if they were going to allow it, then they should have announced it to the whole house. Hey, help whoever the hell you want. So I didn't like it. Didn't think it was fair.
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, I feel like this should not have been Bruno's HOH. He didn't win it fairly. And I guess that's kind of that on that topic because he should never have won it to begin with.
I don't think anybody disagrees either.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So Bruno wins HOH and he's going for a big target in Johnny and Sarah.
Oh, Lord.
Was it a smart game move or did it just completely mess up his game?
The only way it would have been a smart game move is if he would have put them up solely as pawns and got them to help play in the POV and get whoever the hell they wanted out. No, it was awful. It was terrible. There's no reason for it. Neither one of them was a threat to him.
And they're also treating Johnny like the plague. I remember a quote from the episode, "Just because I'm on the block, don't treat me like I'm the plague."
Yeah. Which I think that happens to all nominees, doesn't it? I mean, not all of them, but a majority. I think that people want to distance themselves from them, which I understand it. But then again, if I was on the block, I certainly wouldn't want to be treated that way. It's hard enough as it is.
And they're going and making it even harder. I mean, like, Johnny has been pretty isolated all week. And I don't exactly find it to be fair in that sense of the word.
Has he been isolating himself or have they isolated him?
I feel like they're pushing him away. Like, even Kevin has kind of been distant on the feeds. He's been spending more time with Peely, which is something else. I don't understand what's going on there. Peely needs to go. Her laugh annoys me. It's all sorts of. But yeah, it's like treat others like you would like to be treated. I know it's Big Brother, but nobody wants their last days in the house to be full of being ignored, treated like crap, all of that. So,
oh, I agree.
and they made it no secret that he was the target. Which brings me to the power of veto. So, as we know in Big Brother Canada, Big Brother likes his balls. And so they got a kind of rocket launcher style thing to shoot balls and hit each other in the face with balls. I would have liked to be in that competition for the fact that it's a good way to get your frustration out.
Yeah, absolutely. It looked like fun until I know Johnny just got his heart broke. It broke my heart.
It broke my heart. I was like, and the edit didn't make it any better. Like, I was like, oh, streaming tears, because nobody should be treated that way.
I mean, I know this is Big Brother, and I know you're going to stab your friend in the back, but I just felt like it was unnecessary. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't because I just felt like maybe Kevin could have just went for somebody else. Even Sarah. I don't know.
He wanted to make a statement. He wanted to make a statement, that's for sure. Oh!
Yeah, he did.
Before we think of the fun have-not competition, the electroid necklace colors, Big Brother seems to be on a mean streak this season.
Yeah, my favorite part about that comp was Willow. It was hilarious.
Peely, you need to learn your directions left and right.
I don't know if I'd be that good at that either. I kind of suck at that. I don't know why. I don't know. I'm left-handed. Maybe there's something got crossed there. I don't know. But Willow running into the wall one time and she just kind of beats the shit out of it was hilarious. Oh, I loved it.
You want good TV?
That was good TV.
Oh my God. I can't, like, the competition was genius. And of course,
oh, well, shoot.
He's like a little, your Kevin is like a little child at moments, I've noticed this season.
Yeah, he is. I still like him a lot, and I still want him to do really well. I'll be very interested to see who wins HOH this week. But
who do you want to see? Okay.
I think Jordan's asking me who I want to see as HOH this week.
Through it, we have stuff to do. So BB tasked the house with BBTV yesterday. But I think it was more of a distraction to lead to the failure of the power veto and how the rules changed 6 times for that. What do you make of the rule changes?
I have not seen it, so I don't know. You're going to have to fill me in. I only made it halfway through the episode.
Okay, so the rule change. Well, the episode stop is a cliffhanger. We know that Bruno, when it came down to Bruno and Bobby, Bruno won the veto. Mm-hmm. After Johnny and Sarah had their opportunity to give their speeches, mm-hmm. Bruno was about to make his decision. And then Big Brother comes on the speaker, of course, and he's like, Bruno, please go to the vault. Inside the vault, Bruno gets the card that Canada has decided he's going to have the option of both nominees or do nothing with it, which makes the hashtag Twistos fail. Of course, as a weekend, you have noticed that Bruno did not use the veto. And therefore, Brother Teach was a little bit of a distraction from the fact that they're going to have more of that to show on the episode tomorrow than they'll kind of distract from the fact that Bruno didn't use the power that was given to him, essentially.
Okay. Well, that was dumbass Bruno again. I don't know exactly what he thinks. What does he think is going to happen now? I mean, what direction is he wanting to go in the game that he thinks is going to work for him?
I don't know what direction he's going to go. You know, I know that this week, after Johnny's eviction, somebody's going in. Probably sometime this week. I know that the Big Brother contest winner is going in on Friday when we have Gina joining us once again. Let's plug the heck out of that episode. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how is someone returning going to affect his game, especially if that person wants to be Johnny coming back into the house.
Who do you think it is going to be?
See, we're not clear on how the competition is going to work or what exactly they have to do to come in. So I can't really
Well, who do you want it to be?
Part of me kind of wants to see Cindy with an S because she's annoying as hell and she's a comp beast.
It would be interesting to see how Jordan handles her if she comes back in the house. Because he doesn't romance.
He doesn't want to showmance, and he was fighting off Brittany last night. Apparently. Okay. But that brings me back to Big Brother TV. They had Kevin at night, Judge Sarah, BB Can 2 rerun. It was a whole season of Big Brother in an hour with a special guest appearance by our wobbly pop lover himself, John Newfie Goofy Party. And then after that, they had a talent show, which Sarah should have won the talent show. And then after that, Big Brother informed the house that they had passed the task after one show was canceled. And then no feeds. Till I'm assuming this morning is when they started again.
And I heard we missed quite a lot on the feeds.
It was a drunken palooza, and that is why we wanted them to pass the task. To get drunken feeds, because they've been boring and predictable and just, oh.
Yeah, it's
Big Brother. Why?
Hey, I told you, remember at the beginning, before the season even started, it was getting ready to, I said, I really worry that this season's not going to be as good as season 2 and we're going to get our heart broke. And you said, oh no, that's not going to happen.
I'm heartbroken by the fact that they shut off the feeds for that drunken extravaganza.
Oh, I would have loved to watch that.
I heard Willow say this morning she needed a after pill.
A morning after pill?
Yes.
Surely
And then
not.
I heard Jordan was fighting off Brittany.
I heard
Was her?
that God. I read somewhere that Godfrey said, I guess he hit on Brittany or something, and she turned him down, and he said, "Are you afraid of dark chocolate?" And I think he also threw up last night.
Yeah, he was throwing up a lot from what I heard. But why? This would have been gold. They haven't been entertaining in weeks. Why did Big Brother do this to us? It's all going to be wrapped into a little tiny segment in probably a 3-minute time span.
Maybe to save like themselves from their future children or jobs they may one day work at. Sounds like they may have needed it, but I wish I could have watched.
Oh. Okay, you don't go on Big Brother and expect to save your future jobs and children. That shit's
You're
out there in the universe. I mean,
right. In the cloud.
what?
All
Do
right,
you
let's
think
see.
that the
Do I?
so obviously Johnny is walking out the door tomorrow night. Any thoughts on who should win HOH and what the next game plan move should be?
I am thinking. Who do we have? Who do we have? I I guess probably Zach or Kevin. Probably it wouldn't be bad if they won it and go ahead and put Bobby and Bruno up there. Although Bruno isn't that good. Godfrey seems like he's a little bit better, so you may want to do Bobby and Godfrey. I don't know if they know that Godfrey's that good though.
Do you think it'd be a smart idea to do you think that whoever's going back in might actually have a chance at the HOH comp?
If you go by past BBUS seasons, absolutely. I think that that's the only fair thing to do unless you give them unless they go in after the HOH and they get a week of immunity. Because you
Yeah,
can't throw
otherwise
somebody in like that.
I feel like they might either get a week of immunity or we're going to get something.
Oh, we lost Jordan.
Person standing of the 5 going back in was going back into the game, and if they stayed in one HOH, then it would be HOH that week.
Okay, well, let's think. Okay, if it's a physical comp for one of the 5 to get in, who do you think has the possibility of taking it?
We didn't really get it depends on the physical comp itself. We didn't really get a chance to see Naha compete, and we really didn't get a chance to see Risha compete. Like, let's be realistic, that veto was not meant for someone in Risha's standing point.
No, it wasn't.
But if I had to hazard a guess, Cindy or Johnny.
Yeah, maybe Greg. Greg might not be terrible. Although I think if it's a physical comp, they all have a really good
No, he might be.
possibility. Do what?
Does Greg want to go in? That's the question.
You broke up on that. Say that again.
Does Greg want to go back in?
Yeah, I think so. I think he was down and upset, and he's had time now to stew on it, and he is ready to get back in there. Absolutely. Wouldn't you be? I think anybody would be. For sure. I think so.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's anyone's game if it's physical. If it's mental, I could really see Naha taking it and going back in.
Yeah. Or, well, Cindy didn't do bad on that endurance comp. Cindy probably could be a good. I just think they all have a really good chance, actually, if it's physical. Now, if it's
Out of
mental,
the,
I feel like it's going to be physical, though.
if it's mental, it could very well be. Definitely think Big Brother is on a rampage this season. He's not. It's definitely going to be physical.
Yeah, I agree. It's going to be physical. Okay, let's see. What else do we need to touch on in the last week? Oh, did I see Sarah fainting on the promos last night?
Yes. Okay. It had a competition. Oh my god, I might go on a rant about this. So here's, and you'll probably, when after you watch the episode, you'll no, Johnny, you did that completely wrong as well, because we do have a medical background. So basically, Sarah was tasked with with hiding a clue in her belongings, a clue in a package of eggs, and a clue on her person. And she had to pretend to pass out. And the house guests had to discover the remedy to why she was feeling sick.
Oh, really?
Yes. So inside her bag, the first note, the first clue, had allergic to eggs. So then they went to the fridge and checked the eggs, and they had a key to the vault. And then they had to find the key that was around Sarah's neck to unlock an EpiPen. Now, our boy Johnny was very, very excited about the EpiPen, and he's like, I know how to use it. Wrong. He used it upside down.
How do you use it
We
upside
all
down? There's a needle on only one end of it.
I know. Like it was like a fake. It wasn't a load. It was one of those practice EpiPens, but it was
Yeah.
still. He used it wrong. He actually injected himself with the epi. Then ain't nobody want Johnny saving my life. He would have killed me right then and there. Lucky I know how to use it. So yeah, I mean, and then basically Sarah popped up after and she's like, we have won a chance to watch the TV show Remedy. And it was like a nice little crossover. And the house guests were like, I'm going to buy season 1. So yeah, I mean, have nots got to eat some candy. It was a nice way for them to all just chill from the show.
Okay, well, I'm sure they needed
But
that.
Johnny, why do you not know how to use an EpiPen? What bothers me is he was so sure he knew how to operate it. Then you have Zach, the med student. He didn't bother correcting him. He was just like, oh, whatever.
Now, I will tell you one thing. I don't know if for anybody who watches it, I work as a nurse in the doctor's office, and we have med students that come through there. I had a med student just not that long ago. He was going to do a strep test, and all you do for that is you get a Q-tip, swab back their throat, stick it in there. Well, in the box there comes a control. There's a positive and there's a negative, and you have to run those controls. Well, I hadn't run the controls yet, so the Q-tips were still in there, but it's a large thing. Like, it's very obvious they're not the normal Q-tips. He grabs, thank God it was the negative one, and swabs the lady's throat with the control swab instead of a normal one. So med students, they don't know that much. They haven't been out there yet, so he may not even know.
Johnny live the EpiPen thing down.
No. I would get on
none. That's the first question I'm asking him when he gets out and he's in the real world. Do you realize you actually administrated that EpiPen extremely not right?
Did anybody notice it?
Fans on Twitter noticed it. Okay. I definitely noticed it.
But I don't think anyone in the house.
And you know what? If they were in the house and they noticed it, they didn't say anything, maybe because they didn't want to look smart.
Or afraid Big Brother might take away their reward.
In any case, yeah, nobody pointed it out.
Okay. Well, who do you want to see go home next?
You know, I think it all depends on who comes back in. That is another thing I wanted to touch on tonight was, did you know we're at the 5-week mark and we have, after someone goes back in, there's 11 house guests that have to start dropping like flies in the next 5 weeks.
Yeah.
I was doing the math last night, and if it's accurate, finale is May 25th. That's exactly 10 weeks. Because I remember Arissa mentioning in the first episode, they have 10 weeks to fight for the money.
Yeah. Well.
So yeah, we're looking at a May 25th finale.
And this is week 5.
Correct.
And how many do we have in the house right now?
We have 10, I think.
10. And we're about to have 11. Well, one will go, so there'll be 10.
Yeah.
So I
think that's how the math. There might be, yeah, there's going to be some double evictions coming up.
Yeah, I bet you next week. They'll put somebody in, they'll do a double next week or fast forward or something.
And that brings me to my next thing is, I know I'm personally dying to know what the hell is in that floor in the have-not room.
I keep forgetting that is there. You are now the second person to remind me and completely forgot.
It's in the back of my mind 24/7, and I'm speculating all the time what could possibly be in there. And I honest to God,
like Scarlet veto or something.
I don't think it's going to be veto related because we have had the veto twist that did not pan out.
Well, it's going to be something, I think, like that, though. Coup d'etat or, name it something else.
I'm going to share my possible... It's my ego. But
say that again.
I said because of my ego, I'm going to share with you guys what I think could possibly be in the floor. There is 2 possible things that I came up with that could bring the house to their knees and shake their very foundation. One, I thought maybe there's an envelope down there that has all their secrets. And BB might release that information, and it's going to create lots of distrust and all sorts of anarchy in that sense of the word. But my main thing that could possibly be in the floor is, I think, of course, there's going to be another instant eviction. We like them in Canada. The fans not so much liking them, but what I think could be in there is a double instant with someone who finds the clues, so they're not going to see it coming at all. Someone's going to go, they're going to have like clues like Allison did to find the Scarlet Veto. They're going to open the safe and they're going to read that they have to basically single-handedly evict 2 people. right then and there. Because I noticed that there's a lot of feed blackouts coming up as well. So, what do you make of that as a possibility?
How do you know there's feed blackouts?
Well, if I have to hazard a guess right now, Friday will probably not have feeds. A fan is going inside the house, and Big Brother will probably cut that and save it for the show.
That's a possibility. They cut it and they don't come back on till Sunday.
But like, and then like with the other person coming back in, if there's, because as of right now, we don't know how this KFC twist works. So there's a possibility that they might want to leave that as a surprise and cut the feeds for that too.
Yeah.
So, but I definitely know that closer to, what was it? End of the month or before the end of the month? I know there was like another. Basically, if we're going to have more instant evictions, more double evictions, we'll probably get less feeds, especially after what Big Brother did to the fans last night. But if I had to hazard a guess, I mean, this hidden power could appear within the next 1 or 2 weeks.
I hope so. I don't really like big game changers at the end of the game. I don't think it's fair. And I guess it is.
And
it isn't, but
it's Big Brother. I mean,
yeah, none of it's fair.
I'm just saying, you have to go in expecting that Big Brother is gonna mess with your game.
Yeah.
And therefore, that's what I personally think is going to happen. I think we're going to see, as the next few weeks go, people are going to start dropping like flies. Because we have till May 25th to get to 3 people.
Oh, that's right. It's not going to be 2 a week. I'm dumb. God. Oh.
No.
We'll have 3 left. Oh, Lord. Well, we're back with Jordan frozen for most of it, and we're both about half asleep. So we apologize.
And we're done. Yeah.
But
we've talked. I think we got the gist of it out.
All right. Well, we lost Jordan. There you are.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So Friday night, tune in, special hour of Hash Out Hour with Gina Parhar. Send me in your questions, comments, any compliments about her amazing child. I want to hear them. And I'm sure his mother would love to hear them as well.
Or just
because she's pretty awesome too.
Yeah, she's really sweet lady. So.
And 9:30 p.m. Standard Eastern Time, and we will see you guys on Friday.
Bye.